Hey, yo, this is Final Level Podcast number 37, and this is gaming.
Hey, yo, Ice, I want to say something. I was looking at the Twitter feed that you was putting up a couple of weeks, about 2 days ago, right? Mm-hmm. And it looked like you was having a feud about something that you did on Law and Order with someone on Twitter. I couldn't get.
What happened was, in the gaming community, there was a thing called GamerGate, which was a big controversy that went on about sexism and different things that were going on in gaming. Okay, the TV show Law and Order kind of did something based around it, but they twisted it, and a lot of people in the gaming community got kind of upset, and they were like, well, Ice, you're a gamer. You should have stood up for it. Thing of it is I play games. I'm not really connected to the politics that's going on. I don't read gaming magazines and stuff like that. So I was oblivious to this whole thing that was going on. And some of the people, you know, they were getting at me on Twitter, but I let them know, hey, what happens on Law and Order, just for the gamers out there to know, like, we'll take a story. Say, for instance, a girl got killed in the Bronx today. They'll take that story, they'll twist it, and they'll make a backstory saying this is what happened and all that kind of stuff. Like we did one on Bill Cosby, but they twisted it, and it was a school teacher. You know, they just twist it, and that's why they say these are not true stories. They're fictional. They'll twist it around. So I had to explain to the gaming community, and I also had to give them a little pep talk and saying, hey, don't worry about the press. Press is always going to attack you. Mm-hmm. That's just part of the game. I mean, in your business, you guys are attacked continuously.
All the time. I mean, you name it. It's, you know, from, what's the whole list? Well,
whatever.
I mean,
drug use.
Drug use. It's fake, you know.
Yeah. Just for no reason. And these people.
Yeah.
And
unhealthy. I mean, you name it.
Whatever.
Keep going.
So, and I just want to tell any gamer out there that's listening to it, you know, Law and Order don't care. They're not even in the gaming community. They're just going to take anything they see in the news, make a story about it, spin it, and they're on to the next story. They're not maliciously attacking anybody.
They didn't attack that game itself.
They don't care because they don't really read into the politics. They just say, hey, there's something going on in gaming right now. Let's spin it and twist it. And they're always going to spin it in a certain way because our show is about sex crimes and things like that. So it's going to be spin. So, I mean, you could watch they could have a show about a football coach killing his wife. By the time we get it, the football coach was touching his kids. That's how they'll spin it. They'll just take that and spin it. So that being said, you know, if there's an apology to be made, I have no problem making an apology. I wasn't aware that there was something this serious going on in gaming that I should have been aware of as a gamer, but that's neither here nor there. Gamers,
you're not the director.
Just do your shit. I play the most violent games out there. I've been dealing with fucking critics my whole fucking life. I've made some of the craziest records. You just got to do you. No matter how hard it is to somebody else, it ain't hard enough. And when people, when they want to attack you, they'll try to attack you using alternate tactics. Oh, the reason these games aren't good is because it's bad for kids. They just don't like you, so they use this tactic to get attention. They'll throw some bullshit into it that's not even true. Mm-hmm. And what I think they did when they attacked the gamers, they said, oh, it's sexist and they don't want girls. I don't even know what it's about, but fuck the press. Fuck the press. Anybody who's ever been successful has to get past the press. To me, the press are the spectators.
They create the controversy on any game. If it's too violent, hey, the kid's going to go out and shoot somebody. You know, hey, you watch a movie, you're going to go out right away, you know, kill somebody, you know.
Because what me and Mickey always tell them, that's why we do the podcast, the press is going to spin the story. They don't want to just tell the story. They got to spin it to create controversy. They can get me and you fighting. That's a good story. You know, they're just in it for the bullshit and the gossip. Don't you remember the days they used to just tell the news? Like, now they just got to spin it.
You know what? That helps the sales, so I don't think they're complaining. You know?
No, they're not complaining, but it fucks with our lives.
Yeah. Well, guess what, though? That's why it's called television. television, all right? You're watching TV, enjoy it. If you don't like it, change to something else. Go to, Antenna TV or something. If you're not enjoying what you're seeing, because the simple fact, it's not for you. It's for the viewers that like to see what's going on.
And
Law and Order
real.
Special Victory Unit is a good goddamn show, and whoever was writing about it, you know what I say about that? Change the channel.
And it's not real. Mariska is not a real police officer.
You a cop though, right? Ain't you detective?
Yeah, the people. Nah, it's.
You see
not
that badge,
real.
Ice? Come on.
And I think the thing of it is when TV shows get really good, people start to really believe it and they get caught up in it and stuff. And we do deal with real topics. We deal with heavy subject matter. We dealing with rape, child molestation, and heavy stuff, which is real and not to be joked about.
Exactly.
But the stories themselves aren't true. We can't even do a real story. They'll get sued. You know?
I would have never, ever thought, listening to you and listening to Cop Killer back in the 90s and watching with Law and Order. This is nuts.
Well, you know what it is? It's
amazing,
evolution.
you know? I mean, you just turn the whole thing around.
It's evolution, Victor, because, I'm not a fan of the cops still today, but I'm not a cop killer either. I didn't do that either. That was a character I created in the record, So it's kind of like you're from the ghetto, everybody in this room, and as opportunities come and they say, hey, when they go to your man Dean and they go, yo, man, we want you to be in this movie, you're going to be a doctor. He's like, fuck it, I better learn how to act like a doctor. Are you going to be a cop? They can come to you and say, yo, we're going to have you're going to be this mean guy that hurts people, and that's not who you are. But that's the character you got to play. So it's acting, and that's all it is. I had to learn how to act. And one thing they do in movies is they like to go against type. So a big guy like you, they'll make you the most gentle person in the world. So they'll take somebody like me who's a street cat, and they'll say, you're going to be a school teacher. Like they'll go against type because that creates an interesting character.
That's called acting. That shows that you can act. Because you can always be a tough guy.
But I'm going to be looking for some bad guy roles. I've done 17 years of Law and Order. I'm on the 17th season. God bless it. And I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off. You feel me? And then there's going to be plenty of time for me to play a mad scientist, an evil doctor, or a drug dealer. There's plenty of time for that.
Right.
I ain't tripping. But, for the gaming community, I am a gamer. Don't ever think I'm going against the gaming community. Fuck that. I'm riding with y'all till we die. Fuck.
So what's the latest game you played?
Well, everybody knows I've been playing. I'm getting ready to get into this new Black Ops that just came out and stuff. But I've been robbing banks. I've been saying it for the last couple podcasts. I've been playing Payday real heavy.
You really like that goddamn game?
Because it takes me back to the days of robbing banks. And I mean that's my shit. And they have this thing called Infamous. I'm gonna be infamous in a minute.
Shit.
You know what it was? I got to level 100 on Payday, and I'm like, yeah, I get to be infamous. You get to hit a button and become this other kind of criminal, and then it says, no, you need $200 million offshore.
You got to rob some more banks, baby.
I only got $150 million offshore. I got to rob some more banks and kill. Oh man, it's some shit. But listen, gamers, stay down. Fuck the press. Do what the fuck you gonna do. And here's a little special something. I got a call from somebody very powerful in the gaming community recently, and they want me to be in a new game. That's all I can say right now.
Wow. Mum's the word.
Yeah, and I've been in 5 games. This is just so you know, I started in Def Jam. I've started in a UFC game. I was a hidden character. Then I was in Def Jam Fight for New York. I was in Scarface. I was the boss in GTA San Andreas. I was the final character. And then recently I played Griffin in Gears of War. You ever see the Gears of War characters? They look like you.
Yeah,
they jacked up.
Actually, used to play a lot. I saw back in the days, but with the training, the kids don't have time. So now you can watch it. I can watch you play. I don't have
Twitch.
to play. I mean?
But I'm scared. Him with remote control, you might build that one extra muscle in your.
Yeah, and I got a pump on my forearms.
You get forearm pump, and then you win because of that. I got that from playing.
I might miss a meal. I don't want to be playing too much.
That's right. And that was games.